Okay, I'm very excited. Good to see our colleagues here as well as students. This is sort of a passionate thing for me because I've done it at the beginning of my career in higher education at Towson University, starting a mentoring program for peers and faculty. And so this is on a bigger scale, so I'm excited that I'm a part of this and looking forward to all of the positives coming out of this experience. Looking at, it's in your packet on the right-hand side, talking about the requirements. Essentially, we don't expect for you, first of all, to finish these requirements in 1 month or one semester. It's going to take several semesters to complete the program. It may be at different paces. Some people may finish it faster than others. But pretty much this is sort of like a framework of what you will experience and what you should experience while you're here at the University of Baltimore, so that it can position you when you're ready for the job market. And that could be, for many of you, because we have an array of students here at undergraduate and graduate level, it could be your first time job in the career area or industry that you want to be in. It could be advancing your career, and it also could be for career change. So looking forward to you having a good experience. Okay, so for the essential requirements, they're basically four categories: essential requirements, fundamentals, practical experience, and professional development plan. Pretty much looking at the requirements are just basic requirements. Some of you have already, as I've talked to you individually, have finished the strength quest. And that's going to be sort of our theme as far as making sure that you are looking at what your strengths are and going through the program as far as matching those strengths with what you're doing. There's also a pre-college self-assessment that we'll be doing. I think we'll have a little bit more information about that a little bit later before we conclude, that sort of see where you are now as far as the program is concerned, and then you'll have one later. You're attending kickoff. We're already doing it now. You'll meet your mentor and discuss career goals at least one semester. You'll also create and update your resume. Your resume with the Career and Professional Development Center. And when we talk about updating your resume, we're talking about getting coached so that we make sure that you have feedback with your mentor as well as with the Career Center as far as what you should actually articulate in your resume. We're also talking about creating a UB Works profile, LinkedIn profile optional, and complete professional development plan and consultation with the mentor. And last, complete post-program self-assessment. Moving on to fundamentals. Pretty much the fundamentals are most likely the things, the workshops, activities. I think Kathy alluded to that as well as Bill, about the activities and things that you'll do on campus that will help sort of broaden your experience and perspective. Of course, your mentor will be sort of helping you out to sort of guide you in different directions so that you are exposed to things that we think are critical or crucial for your development. And at least you'll be doing two in each of the areas. So you have the global awareness area, communication, ethics and leadership, and personal and professional competence. For an example, when you talk about global awareness, you may want to consider doing study abroad, or you may want to do some type of cultural event here on campus. So these would be the actual events that you would sort of check as far as something that you participated in. Any questions on the fundamentals and on the requirements? Okay. Moving to the practical experience. Now, the practical experience piece here was developed basically on the general education learning goals. Okay. Your mentor will assist you in these experiences, and we have some examples here, and it doesn't exclude any others, but you could, for an example, your mentor could say, hey, look, I think it may be best for you to sort of have a peer network advisor, or be involved on campus in a department that may you may benefit from as far as your experience in that. So pretty much, you will be working with your mentor to decide what those areas are. And you could do one, you could do many, one or more in this area as well. And one of the most sort of detailed part of the requirements is the professional development plan. Now with the professional development plan, you'll sort of develop clear and achievable goals as your career develops. So pretty much there are sort of 5 parts to this. When you talk about reflection, Some of the things I remember back when I was an undergraduate that I didn't articulate once I graduated was, the fact that I worked in the political science department and how that impacted. So you'll do some reflection on what are several experiences that you've had, and how can you articulate that towards how they can move you toward your career goals. You also have the part 2, which is goals. You'll establish 3 goals that you plan to achieve in 1 to 3 years. As far as your strengths, you'll list specific strengths. With the strength quest, you have 5 strengths that have already been identified that are your most leading themes, and you'll take those and your mentor will help you to broaden those experiences as far as those strengths are concerned. So you'll reflect on those as well. Resume, as I mentioned, you'll do an attached resume, which is sort of more feedback that you've had with regard to your resume, and you'll have that. And then last, vision. How would you like to see yourself as a professional in 5 to 10 years? So that gets you thinking in the future. So pretty much that's it with regard to the requirements. As I said, I want to remind you, it's going to be more than 1 semester, even though this is a pilot. It's going to take you maybe 1, 2 to 3 semesters to complete. Some folks may complete earlier. You may be able to relate some things that you've already done, one particular thing that you're already currently doing. So you want to consider that. One of the things that we did when we first came in, we got a card and we talked about what is professionalism. And I know when I was asked to talk about it, I said, well, you know what, I clearly know when I see people not being professional. Like coming to work in your pajamas or something like that, Or, when you go to the store, you go to a grocery store, or you go to, Home Depot or something, and clearly someone sees that you need some assistance, but they sort of ignore and walk by you. But when we talk about professionalism, I think people gave good answers. We truly mean, it refers to the way a person actually performs in the job or role that they have as a particular profession. And that could be in a state of, what is your behavior, what is your attitude towards those that are around you as you work with them. It could be good timekeeping, being a good timekeeper, which is being to work on time. It could be basic things like being able to dress appropriately based on your role. Being able to talk to others in audiences, in different types of audiences, and knowing who your audience is, or to be able to handle different types of conflicts in a professional manner. So these are the things that are built on the PDI and what we want to do to increase your level of professionalism. We all start at some point with regard to professionalism, but you will get more perspectives with your mentor with regard to that. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to hand it over to Bill. And any questions with regard to requirements, again, just want to make sure. And you don't have to know it all now. Of course, your mentor will go over with you, and we'll clarify with them as well.